What's up, guys? It's been a minute since I played some ExfilZone on the channel, and that's just simply because of the fact of what's happening with the game right now. There's just been a lot of issues since this patch in general, or since this wipe with the UE5 transition. But there has been some news drop today on Tan Varian's channel. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link in the description below as well for you guys to check out the full thing. But I just wanted to go ahead and go over, just the topics in general and just my thoughts on some of the things, because I thought it was pretty good news and finally some sort of news on what they're planning to do this next upcoming wipe. Now, first things first is what he mentions in the video is that there is a wipe coming sometime in December. No idea when just yet, but ideally it's when things such as duping is fixed and server crashing is ideally fixed. I'd imagine they're going to drop this update, when those two things are somewhat or fully fixed, hopefully soon, because those two things have been so detrimental to this wipe. It's just been so annoying to deal with as of late. So ideally, when those two things are fixed, or when they think they're ready to drop this wipe, I think that's when we're going to see this update. Now, not only does that fix server crashing in general, but he also talked about latency issues on maps such as like suburbs. So for example, if you killed a scav in the head with a headshot and he died like a second or a second and a half later or something, those delayed deaths shouldn't be happening anymore, which I'm super happy about, because that has been so annoying. I also wonder if that's going to address the pop-ins for scavs, like for render distance, because when you go up to a scav that's dead and then you go into a certain render distance, they just pop up and ragdoll on the floor in front of you. They just do a quick little jump scare. So I'm wondering if these server fixes also fix that as well, which I hope they do. Another thing that Tan mentioned in the video as well is Gunstock calibration. They did take that away in this UE5 update. There was some janky way to do it, from going to the Battle Royale version, adjusting it there, and then going back to ExfilZone, but now that's just fully gone. So they're going to have some sort of Gunstock calibration. I'm not sure if that's going to be in the wipe, but that's being worked on as we speak. Another thing that he mentioned as well is SVD and AS-VAL guns are going to be implemented. I am so stoked for the AS-VAL. The AS-VAL is so sick. Now the SVD, I really hope they change guns that are strictly semi-auto to have some sort of incentive to use them. I feel like there's really no incentive to use these type of guns, really. I just never see anybody use them, or there's no reason to use them. I feel like they should do some more damage or something. I don't know if that's gonna be done, but that's just my personal take on like these semi-auto guns that cannot go full auto at all. There should be some incentive, in my opinion, to use them. Otherwise, what's the point in using, those guns versus an SA-58 or something? I don't understand. It could be MOA related, but I feel like it's such a small difference. I feel like they should do more damage or something. I don't know. Another thing that was mentioned is a rework on Dam. Apparently not many people play this map unless you need to for questing, which does make sense. I'm really curious on what they're gonna do with Dam. I feel like there's just a lot of open space on Dam, so I'm wondering if they're just gonna like make it so there's just more cover, add more trees or something on the hills, or I just feel like there's just so much open space and just there's nothing happening on those parts of the map that have those open spaces. Like if you're caught out in the open, you're just pretty much dead. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with Dam. Is it gonna be a big overhaul? Are they just going to be working with the same map and just adding more places for cover? I'm really curious about this one. The next thing that was mentioned is quest line rework, and oh my god, I hope they make it so getting to Trader 4 or Max Traders is a little bit longer, in my opinion, because for me and this current wipe, I actually got to Max 4 and Arc 4 in 2 weeks, and that's due to the fact of being an experienced player and knowing what to do. But I feel like getting to Max Traders within 2 weeks is kind of crazy. And I feel like I don't play as much as some other players as well. So I thought that was pretty crazy to me. So I'm wondering if they're gonna like make it so it takes a little bit longer to get to Trader level 4 or what. But I do wish they address some things that's like limiting getting the top gear or ammo to at least once a week or a certain amount per week only, instead of daily resets. I think the Alton meta is not really that healthy for the game, in my opinion. And I also think, having 993s or, AP being bought daily is very healthy for the game. That's just all my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I personally wish that you could only get maybe 60 bullets of those per week, and then like 1 alt-in plus face shield per week or something like that, and all the top armor once per week or something, like IMTVs for example. I feel like those types of gears shouldn't even be purchasable that much, and that I think this will make it so it will close the gap between, you know, casual players and the players that play a lot. Obviously I think it would be more healthier for the game. I think people with less alt-ins will be healthier for the game, but that's just my personal thing. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments below, but I'm curious of what the questline rework is going to do, and I hope it's that. Now the next thing that was mentioned is enhanced looting and improved item distribution. I hope it's more dynamic rather than going to certain spots for certain high value items. I really hope it does change, because obviously, like for resort for example, you can go to resort for key places and just find certain high values all the time, or even key spawns in general for like smuggling tunnel. I hope they change, or it's a little bit more dynamic. They're not just in preset locations. Because what, in smuggling tunnel, the key spawns are about like 18 plus or about 18, so that's kind of ridiculous already. So I'm wondering if they're gonna like move them around dynamically. It's gonna be different every raid or something like that. I hope that's changed or improved in some sort of capacity. Now this next one is so big, and that is bullet pen through body parts. Oh my god, I've been wanting this for so long, because I'm wondering if this is gonna solve the issue where like people always complain, oh, I'm shooting him in the head, but a lot of people don't realize is that the player model, from what I've seen at least, the player model raises their arms pretty high, which kind of instinctively covers their face by accident. Now with this bullet pen through body parts, I'm wondering if this is gonna fix that. Now if it does pen through your arms and hit your face, I'm wondering if it's still gonna one tap you or do partial damage to your head. That's what I'm not sure about, and I'm wondering if this is going to be solving that issue, but I'm very curious on how they're going to implement it. I could feel like this could be pretty buggy if they don't do it right, where it pens through your body but it doesn't have reduced damage as it pens through your body. So I'm really curious on how that's going to go, but either way, bullet pen through body parts is huge. The other thing that was mentioned as well that was pretty cool was the POI's minimap. The other cool thing that was mentioned was the POI minimap that includes like things like high value areas or where to loot ideally for certain items, where eventually it seems like they're really pushing towards, you know, helping out the new players. We're trying to figure out where to look for certain items, certain high value items, certain, you know, misc items that you would need for your hideout. This is pretty cool and definitely would be needed for, you know, helping out the casual player base that doesn't have a lot of time to play. So that's very ideal to have in this type of game, just to help out introduce more players to the economy and stuff like that, introduce more players to the community. And then the next big thing that was mentioned, oh my god, that everybody wants is preset loadouts for armor and armor module placements. Brothery do, we've been needing this for so long. And if you guys aren't aware or know why this is huge, it's because of the fact that this makes it so you have less time spent in the hideout and more time raiding. So a lot of people that don't do, you know, preset kits in general, or like they build kits ahead of time, this will save so much time in doing so, and I cannot wait for this to come out. I cannot wait. Again, this was a quick little video to just drop the news and help spread awareness. Again, go check out Tan's original video. He explains it in more in depth than myself. I put the video in the description below if you guys want to go check it out. But I am super stoked for ExfilZone to be wiped again, and hopefully these things are fixed. I really do love ExfilZone. I really love playing the game, but man, these issues have been pretty annoying, and I'll be pretty upfront about it. It's been pretty annoying, and hopefully those things are fixed, because I do wish to go back and raiding in ExfilZone, and hope to see you guys there as well. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.